Hey there, content creators. Welcome back to Creativity Next. My name is Wesley Cable, and today is video number 1 in my series of SEO tips for 2023. Today, I'm going to show you how to improve the SEO of your blog posts by adding charts and graphs that you can create easily using artificial intelligence. Okay, so instead of doing hours of research and taking a bunch of notes, we're just going to create some really nice charts using Bard. Now, I like to use Bard because it's powered by the live web, which means if something happened a week ago, Bard's going to have access to it. Where ChatGPT is a little more limited, it only knows things up to 2021. So if it's happened after that, then ChatGPT isn't going to be able to help you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some charts here. And so the first one here, let's say we're writing a blog post about social media, and maybe it's for small business owners, and we just want to let everybody know, at a quick glance, what are the appropriate sizes for images for posts to each platform. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Bard, basically just create a chart that compares the required image sizes for posts to each of the top social media platforms. So I'm just going to hit enter here. Bard's going to do its thing. It's going to take about 10 seconds or 25 seconds here, and it spits out this really beautiful chart for me. So you can see that it's got all the platforms there on the left, the feed image sizes, the profile picture size, so exactly how big your profile picture needs to be, and the recommended aspect ratio. So this is a really informative chart that you can just plop into one of your blog posts. Now, how does this help SEO? Google says that this really helps user engagement, which is one of their big factors for SEO. So users are going to go through your content. They're going to see this. They're going to stop. They're going to take the time to read it, and they're going to take the time to digest this information. Now, some of these charts are also good candidates for backlinks. So some of your competition or other blogs out there that are in your niche, they may see this post and say, hey, I think this is great. I want to share this with my audience, and they may link to this for you. So that's how these things can really help your SEO. So let's say we wanted to do a little bit more detail into this particular chart here. So I'm going to grab another one of my prompts. And so let's tell Bard, let's create the above chart, and let's add the number of people who use these platforms each day. So maybe we want to add a section to our chart that shows how many people go to each of these social media platforms per day. All right, so here's our new chart. So now we've still have the other data that we had before, but now we have the user data on the end here, which is daily users in millions. These are great charts. You can just export them right here. You can see export to sheets. You can export it to a spreadsheet. You can dress it up with some colors if you want to, and then you can post them on your site. So let's say we want to get even more detailed with our chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Bard that I want more information. I want to make this more of an expansive chart. So I'm going to tell it to create a chart that shows the best image sizes, video size, and video length for each of the top social media platforms. Include the number of users each platform sees every day, and include the best time of the day to post on each platform when they have the most users on. So now we're asking it to create even more detail for us. Now, this is going to save us hours of research time, and it's really going to help our user experience. So here it is. So we've got our updated chart here. It's got all the details that we had before, but now on the right-hand side, it says it's got the best time to post for each platform when they have the most users on. This is super awesome information that's going to make our content even better in the eyes of our users as well as in the eyes of Google. So let's do another example. Let's say we're writing a blog post about football. We're football fans. Here in the U.S., we might be NFL football fans, and we're creating a blog post about the Super Bowl. So the nice thing is, like I was saying, is Bard uses the live web, so it knows what happened, just this year and last year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it to create me a chart that shows the last 10 Super Bowl winners, including where the game was played, the attendance of the game, and the game's MVP. So let's go ahead and hit enter here. And again, it's saving us a ton of research time. We're not having to go in and do any of this research. So here it is. Here's our beautiful chart here that that Bard's created for us. And you can see it's got 2015 to 2023. It's got all of the winners, the loser, the location of the game, the attendance for the game, and the MVP for each game, which is so awesome that it took us like 10 seconds to put this really nice chart together. All right, so let's try something else. So let's say that we have a blog that we're writing, and it's about beer and beer kegs. And so we're going to have Bard create a chart for us that compares the different size of beer kegs, their weight in pounds, and their volume in pints. So we want to have this nice chart for our users to take a look at. Now, maybe this goes on our homepage or something like that. It's perfectly appropriate for that. So you can see here, this is a beautiful chart that it created here. It tells you all the different size kegs, its weight in pounds, and how many pints each one of them holds, which is super cool and really quick. Now, let's try one more thing. Let's say we're doing a gardening or kind of a lawn care blog, right? And we want to know, some information about when is the best time to fertilize our lawns. So I'm going to ask Bard to create a chart that shows the best times to fertilize your lawn to prepare it for each coming season and what the purpose of fertilizing during those times. Include a column that shows the types of weeds and pests that are being targeted each season. So I'm going to just hit that. I'm going to hit enter. Bard's going to do its research, and it's going to come up with a beautiful chart for us that shows the information. So here we go. So it has the 4 seasons on the left, the best time to fertilize. It tells you exactly when that is, the purpose of fertilizing for that particular season, and the weeds and pests to target during that time. So for example, it says for spring, the best time to fertilize is early spring after the last frost. The purpose of fertilizing is to help the grass green up and grow quickly. And weeds and pests. It says weeds that germinate in the spring, such as crabgrass and dandelions. So this is, again, just a really nice additive that we can add to a blog post or a website that will help our user experience and just give our users something really nice to take a look at. Now, one of the other things that this can do is, if you have a blog and you use WordPress, then you can actually have it create these charts in HTML. So all you have to do is tell Bard, create the above chart in HTML. Okay. And then we hit enter. And then what it does, it's going to go ahead and create this above chart. And you can do that with any of the charts. Here it is. It's created it in HTML for you. So now all you have to do is copy the code, and right down here, you can see Bard's already got a little button here. You can just click and copy. Then you go over to your WordPress site and you can just drop it in there in HTML format. And this is exactly what you're going to get on your website. So all right, so I hope that video helps you in just giving you some ideas of some new things that you can do for your content to help with SEO. So if this video helped you, please subscribe to the channel, click that like button so more people can see it, and keep an eye out for additional videos coming in the near future with more SEO tips for 2023.